Aw shit, Dadies. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm LNTOXLCATLON coming at your video shit today. Alright, in today's video, guys, well, the developers for Apex Legends have finally released a statement concerning the future of Apex Legends. And I will read their exact statement and everything they actually touched on with this whole, article and this statement. But before we get into that, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. You drop that thumbs up and you comment and you let me know what you think about Apex Legends, what your personal thoughts is about the future of Apex Legends, and just everything of that nature. But anyways, guys, much love once again, and let's get right into this. So, the statement starts out as this. It says, to say that the launch of Apex Legends exceeded our expectations would be an understatement. 50 million players in the first month, and more since, is staggering for any game, let alone a new IP from a relatively small team who are taking their first swing at a free-to-play game. Rapid growth is a wonderful thing to achieve, and we're thrilled with the response we've received since launch. However, that growth comes with some clear challenges, and we've hit a few bumps along the way, including missteps with our updates, not giving players enough visibility into future content, and not properly setting expectations on how we plan to support Apex Legends. We are 100% committed to the long-term growth of Apex Legends and supporting the millions playing every day. So today we want to reset our commitment to you and give you some insight into where we are as a development team and how we're approaching live service for Apex Legends. Getting a huge player base in a very short period means exploits, bugs, cheaters, and more come fast and frequently. We've had to react and direct resources to play whack-a-mole with lots of unexpected issues, blah 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 blah. Who cares about that, honestly? But anyways, they said, while we made some good progress towards a healthier game as our community grows, issues have come up that need to be addressed. The stability of Apex Legends is very important to us, and we've been doing a lot of work internally to improve our process across the board. As we are getting our house in order, some of the critical things we're prioritizing are slow server performance at the beginning of a match. So far, we know that it affects some data centers more than others. It happens on many different server configurations, and it doesn't seem to hit multiple server instances running on the same machine. In other words, it's not that a machine is overloaded and everything on it is running too slow. It's that one instance on the same machine seems to be doing more work than the others, and we're trying to nail down what work it's doing and work backwards to understand the root of the cause. This is extremely high priority for us, and we'll keep you updated on our progress. What that basically means, guys, is basically whenever you spawn into a game or whenever you land and you notice that you're basically moving at a slow pace or at a snail pace, and then all of a sudden the lag clears up, that is because there's something going on and they're trying to find the root of that issue. Now, they touch bases on audio issues, cheaters, everything like that, and honestly, I'm not even going to get into that part because honestly, it's just stupid to me because I feel like they shouldn't be focusing on all of this at once, and just, I don't feel like this should be their main concern in my personal opinion. I feel like this should not be their main concern. Now, the hit registration issues, I do believe they should make that a concern. And it says, we're adding engine features to help track down and report instances of incorrect hit registration and playtest so we can force the bug and reproduce the issue consistently. While we have made some progress with some fixes locally, more work needs to be done to address the root of the problem. That's good. That, in my opinion, that's good. But when it comes to audio issues and the cheaters, like, I feel like, yeah, you should knock that out because cheaters ruin it on PC. You really don't have cheaters on Xbox or PS4, but that's really only a PC thing. But everything else I feel like is kind of irrelevant, like the audio issues. I don't know. I feel like that should be worried about last, in my personal opinion. Now, moving on along, they said, over the next few weeks, we'll talk more about the work that's being done in these areas and provide updates about when we'll be addressing them in future patches. We know that in addition to addressing issues with the game, everyone is hungry for us to add new content. The studio culture that we've worked hard to cultivate and the health of our team are very important. We take those things into account, and when we discuss our content roadmap, the production schedule, and the frequency in which we can update the game, our long-term goal is to ensure Apex Legends always feel alive and thriving. It really doesn't feel that way right now, though. But anyways, they said with a focus on quality of content over novelty or speed of release, at the same time, we want to maintain our culture as a development team and avoid crunch that can quickly lead to burnout or worse. Now, I do understand that, guys. I just want to stop myself for a second. I do understand they don't want to lead to burnout on the team and like basically everybody gets worn out to where honestly it just starts shit content, I guess you could say. But at a certain point, you have to add something in to keep people entertained because yeah, they want to keep the game alive and thrilling, but updating the game every month or something like that is not going to do it because people have very short attention spans nowadays. In my opinion, I feel like they need to work on something that could be simple on the team to actually, put out, but also be good content, and then release that every week. I know later on in this article, I'm about to read it to you. Actually, this is what it goes about. It said at launch we shared a high-level view of our roadmap, showcasing how we would be taking a seasonal approach to the live service. Today we want to provide more clarity on what you can expect for content and update cadence in the future. For season launches, the beginning of each season will start with a new battle pass, a new legend, and something new for the meta, and more. Thoughtful updates throughout the season. Just as we've done since launch, we will continue to address exploits, necessary balance changes, bug fixes, and small features throughout the course of the season. Blah blah blah. Fucking okay, whatever. For complete transparency, our goal isn't and never has been to patch or update content on a weekly basis. It's gonna be your downfall. Anyways, we believe strongly in the importance of large, meaningful changes to the game that have lasting impact. What the fuck ever. People get bored no matter what the fuck you add in. Thus, our focus on a seasonal release cadence we laid out at launch. We will continue to follow this cadence in the future, which is going to be their fucking downfall, guys. It's going to be their fucking downfall because people have a short fucking attention span. I am not venting. I am not bitching about this. I'm just honestly telling the hard truth. You know, for instance, people are complaining already because Octane is already boring because, like, that's the first legend they added in. But back in the day, you know, whenever, you know, there was like one DLC per year or something like that for a game, whatever, you know, people wouldn't have cared because, like, that's what they expected. But nowadays, everybody's expectations are so high because, for instance, Fortnite does updates every week. You know, like, PUBG is doing, I don't even know, PUBG is doing their own fucking thing, whatever. Blackout does their own fucking thing. You know, every fucking other game is pumping out content on a constant basis. But when it comes to this one, they're wanting to just do a periodic change, and they think that they're going to be able to have the game thriving like that. They're not going to be able to. They need to find a perfect balance with the team to where they can release content at a healthy state for their team and also a healthy state for the community. That is the best way to do it. They need to find some type of balance, some type of thing that is going to be easy on a team. Like, for instance, one week, pump out something that's easy on the team. The next week, pump out something a little bit more difficult. And then for the final week of the month, pump out something huge. That's just my personal opinion. They're probably not ever going to take that from me, but that is my personal opinion. Also, they said for improved communication that we need to provide more visibility into the future and what we're working on. That doesn't mean we're going to start telling folks everything that they want to know. But basically, you can expect more transparency on future updates and fewer surprise drops. So basically what this means is, if some data miner basically comes out with something, they're probably going to be like, yeah, they're right. In my personal opinion, that's what that means. At EA Play in June, we will give you the first details on what you can expect from Season 2. We've seen all the feedback on Season 1 and look forward to showing you the improvements we're making. For Season 2, you can expect the Battle Pass with more meaningful content. Hand clap to them. Fucking A, because Season 1's Battle Pass was complete shit, but honestly, I feel like it's because they were rushed on it, so I'm not going to give them too hard of a time on that. The introduction of a new legend, aka most likely Watson. The debut of a new weapon, most likely going to be one of the weapons that are in the fucking data files right now, most likely either the car SMG, or honestly, I think it's going to be the car SMG. And they said, and you didn't expect Kings Canyon to stay the same forever, did you? Which, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like it's going to be the rebuilt Thunderdome. Or it actually could be the night mode. Who knows? They said, lastly, regarding our other games in development at Respawn, it is important to understand that there are entirely separate development teams working on Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Additionally, in order to fully support Apex Legends, we are pushing out plans for future Titanfall games. No resources from the Apex Legends teams are being shifted to other titles in development here at the studio, nor are we pulling resources from the team working on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We know we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we're up to the challenge and we're looking forward to building Apex Legends to its full potential together with our players. That is awesome. Honestly, that is awesome, because basically what that clarifies is they're going to be pumping out all the hardcore, work for Apex Legends. They're not going to be putting any focus towards any other games. Of course, they're going to have other teams, handling other stuff, but this team is going to be working purely on Apex Legends. But with that being said, that's the full statement, guys. In conclusion to this, I feel like how they're going to be pumping out content is the wrong way to go about it. Like, I get where they're coming from, because they do want to keep their development team, healthy in a mindset, have time for their families. I get all that. But they make video games for a living. So this is what they should be expected to do, is to make video games and pump out content for video games. This is what their job consists of. So they should be able to do it right. And if they're trying to keep this game healthy, if they're trying to keep it alive, if they're trying to keep it to where they actually are profiting, making money, and keeping, honestly the population of the game growing, they do need to do weekly updates, whether it be small ones, big ones, because Fortnite doesn't always release, you know, huge updates. They'll do small little things, they'll change one small thing, and then they'll call it a day for that week, So, in my opinion, I feel like they need to touch basis on that and then find a balance with the team. But if they don't, I feel like this game is going to slowly die out. I mean, there can only be so much slow-paced pushing out of content before the player base is cut in half, and then that's cut in half, and then that's cut in half, and then that's cut in half. But who knows? Honestly, in my opinion, it's going to have a bright future. It's going to have a bumpy future, but that's with any video game. So I'm not trying to cut them short. I'm not trying to say that it's going to fail, but I'm talking about right now when it comes to pumping out content, that plan, in my opinion, is going to fail. But when it comes to the game altogether, I am going to continue to make content for it, going to continue to grind it, because that's who I am. I am not just like every other player. I love the game, and honestly, I make challenges for myself on a daily. So honestly, I'm just going to keep playing the game no matter what. But when it comes to the whole player base as a whole, I don't feel like it's going to be a solid plan to keep everybody growing and happy. But anyways, guys, that does it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. But anyways, guys, much love once again. Peace.